Guys, guess what? Ferrari and Hot Wheels are back together again. Yep, you heard me right. Ferrari and Hot Wheels are coming back together again with another licensing agreement. This is huge news for the Hot Wheels community. We haven't had we haven't had a new Ferrari released in over 10 years. The last time was in 2015. And there was like a new model that came out around that time, which was the Ferrari LaFerrari, that only released, I think, only maybe once. And it was a new model, but then Ferrari was like, nope, we're cutting the licensing agreement with Mattel. Now we fast forward 10 years later, 2025, and we got this news from Mattel. Officially, it's confirmed. This is awesome. It's cool to have another brand in Hot Wheels, and also, it's better to have a returning brand to Hot Wheels. Ferrari has been one of those companies that are really iffy about legal stuff, but here it's a cool thing that they came back, and maybe Hot Wheels will release some of their old castings that they used to make. I wouldn't say old castings, but I would say like the last couple of ones they did, like the 599 cars and the LaFerrari, like I mentioned. Like there'd be a couple cool cars I wish they would release, like the Ferrari F40. That one also released around that time, 2014, 2015. Which would be cool, but cost cutting measures, I don't think that'll be possible with the opening trunk, and especially since it was a heavy car at the time when it first released. But I think Mattel will find a way to close the thing, and he'll take away the value of it, but it'll look cool. And they confirmed this partnership with Ferrari and Hot Wheels through their social media, and they also explained that later this year, in the springtime of 2025, they might be releasing some new releases from them with the Ferrari cars, of course. Which, again, pretty cool. We have no information yet. It's pretty early still at this stage of the new cars they're going to be releasing, or if they're going to be returning some existing models. Um, you know, we could predict, sure, but I don't really want to because I'm not really like that. I mean, I like I mentioned a couple cars I feel like they could release, but I could think of so many other ones that they've released already. I'm not a huge fan of Ferrari, so I don't know all of the new cars they've made, but definitely the 488 can definitely be released. The race car as well, and when I was talking about the Ferrari F1, yeah, Mattel has the F1 license, so maybe now they'll have another missing team added to the list. Because they just released like a premium version of their F1 cars that caught me by surprise. I didn't expect it at all, and once I found out, it was all sold out. Um, you know, but whatever. You win some, you lose some, whatever. I'm gonna buy the mainline version just because I want to. It's cheaper for me, and it doesn't look that bad. So yeah, maybe with that we'll get Ferrari F1 cars, which would be cool, and it would stop the complaining from all the people on social media saying, "Why is Aston Martin not here? Why is Ferrari not here?" I'm like, it's a licensing issue. It's just people don't really understand that they just can't release a car. Like heck, my next video is probably gonna be about the Vector W8. That will be a lot of obsolete castings there. No, not the W8, the WX3, where the car was cool. It's one of my favorite supercars, spoiler alert, ever made. And they only released that car a couple of times, and then that's it. They didn't make any more. And then they tried to return with the W8, and it only made one release. Wish I had that car in my collection, but licensing issues. It's hard to get the license, especially for a small company like that, and kind of their shady business deals behind them. But yeah, very happy for Ferrari coming back to Hot Wheels. But a thing I also wanted to point out is I wonder how much the prices of existing old Ferrari releases will drop or increase. I, for me, I I predict that it's probably gonna go down. Especially if they re-release some existing castings, because I mean, we've learned this lesson before, am I right? Koenigsegg, there's another example. Koenigsegg with the Agera R, released in the Need for Speed series once. The only Koenigsegg that was ever made by Hot Wheels. And that thing went up in price, hundreds of dollars for that car. And then once they got it back, the Boulevard series, people were scalping them, and that's another thing I'm going to touch on. People were scalping them, and then the more these Koenigsegg's would come out, and then they added the Jesko now, and then they added the Gamera to the list. So I personally feel that the prices will drop, and same like what I was talking about the Koenigsegg. Once those new Koenigsegg start to come out, the prices start to really go down on those things because there's new releases, of course. And you know, like I said, if they want to bring back some of their old castings, definitely the prior castings. I'm not saying like the Enzo Ferrari, the gold one, or the well, I can't really think the Ferrari Racer series. I doubt those things will go down in price. But you know, it'd be cool if they bring back some of those castings, like the 575 GTC. I actually own one, but it's pretty scratched up, unfortunately. It's not the Ferrari Racer series. It's like a red one with like a Hot Wheels like orange logo on the side. And yeah, I'll be very exciting to get some more Ferraris in my collection because I don't really have much. The only ones I really have is a gold 1998 Ferrari F40, and I don't remember what exactly what it was. It was like a yellow car with a number 21, and I'll put it up on the screen, which one I'm talking about. I also have that one. So yeah, it'd be really cool to see. Well, I mean, for me, more of a motorsports fan, I'd like to see more of the race cars, their endurance cars, their F1 cars added. Um, and for scalping, now this is an issue that's been plaguing this community for many years already. Expect once these new models come out, expect people to be scalping these things. That's the thing I expect with any other new model, especially Japanese cars. That's why I don't really collect that much Japanese cars because they're extremely hard to find, and two, most of them they're just Mattel's milking them out. But that's a conversation for another time. So yeah, expect these things to be scalped once they start hitting the pegs. But we don't know if it's only going to be for premiums or if it's only going to be RLC or mainlines or all of the above. Because they did say in Mattel Creations, spring 2025, we're going to get some new releases. Moving on to 2026, same thing. Hopefully they don't leave us like last time. Ferrari doesn't leave Mattel and Hot Wheels, and you know, we really miss you. We really miss you, Ferrari, in the Hot Wheels. But not to say that they weren't involved in diecast at all. They had their own licensing agreement with Barago Maisto. And you know, the models look pretty cool. They sell them at Target. I've seen their F1 cars that I still haven't bought one, but maybe once I do, I'll make a video on it. And they have their own diecast. And I'll be honest, the 164 scale, not great. The 124s and the bigger scales, they actually look amazing. But you know, it's cool to have. Well, I was about to say quality, but I don't think that's how Hot Wheels is right now. Quality, it's not that great. But it's cool to have a well-known brand. There you go. And another exotic, again, car company that could be coming back. This is the thing I didn't like anticipate, especially this early in the year, January. We're speaking January 2025, man. Already, Ferrari's coming back. So yeah, what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for Ferrari coming back? What models would you like to see return if they can? Of course, because like I said, I would love to see the F40, not the Ford, the F40 come back. But like I said, opening trunk, not gonna be possible. Maybe in the Silver Series, you know, they released the '67 Camaro with the opening hood, so I think in the Silver Series it could work, or maybe RLC. Ooh, new casting, that'd be nice. A more detailed Ferrari F40 would be like amazing, but. Yeah, what do you guys think of Ferrari coming back? Are you excited? Like I said, which models do you want to see, or you want to see some new castings by Mattel being made with the Ferrari license now acquired, and hopefully they don't leave us like last time. And yeah, I'm really excited. Once I see a new Ferrari, I'll make sure to hopefully make a video on it. But yeah, so if you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.